So I'm sitting there chatting to Big Daddy Longlegs when he realises, oh God, I've made a huge mistake. So he pours me a cup of tea. Of course, it was only after that they figured out that they needed the elephant for the taxes.
So, if that makes sense, would that be good or bad?
The important thing is that it worked out in the end. That's all we can ask for.
Where to now?
Anywhere in mind?
Me?
Of course.
I was thinking you chose for a change.
You could let the old girl pick.
Would she do so with small flashing light?
Usually she'd just surprise me after taking off. Why?
Look.
Oh. I'm afraid there is somewhere I need to go.
What's wrong?
An old friend needs me. Down the corridor on the 5th right, you'll find the wardrobe.
Battle wear?
Funeral clothes.
We are gathered here to honour the life of Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart. I am sure he would have been overjoyed to see all those who have come here to see him to his final rest. While he described himself as a quiet sort towards the end of his days, it is clear to see how many lives he touched.
Ah, you're in two places at once.
Time travel. You'll find a majority of these people are me.
Doesn't that break time?
I took precautions. Alistair earned that and much more.
I don't see another you. Granted, the umbrellas aren't helping.
Oh, they have different faces.
Doctor, I don't think you joke at a funeral.
I don't. I'm a Time Lord, Athena. As such, death is complicated. The road to get there is long and full of stops with some nice views.
Doctor, I've had a lot of experience in courts. Heard many people say something with more words than needed. I had no idea what you just said.
If I'm ever wounded or dying, I was able to regenerate, to change my face and see the world through new eyes.
So, all these people?
Past versions of me. My earlier selves are right at the front.
Who was this man?
A dear friend.
A very dear friend if you keep coming back.
I was so young when I met him, just a few 100 years old. You know, Alistair was my boss for a bit. Not that he ever treated me like a lesser person. He never treated anyone like that. For me, he died a very, very long time ago. A soul is the sum of their friends, you know. A Time Lord even more so.
I don't mean to be blunt, but...
You're wondering why I keep coming back. Why I repeat such a sad day. Because he was the bravest man I'd ever met. I owe him a debt so large that one day was never enough to honour him.
I would have liked to have met him.
Curse of a time machine, that's actually possible.
I could never ask you to do that. To look someone in the eye, knowing you, be to their funeral.
I've met people who have died before, spoken with famous figures across the universe long before, yet after they were considered great. Alistair is different. He's not just a famous person, he's...
Family.
Exactly. I have run into him after his death. Not by design, of course. He's like me, he could never stay away from danger. Always gotta do the right thing. So utterly human. So amazing. He could tell, though. He could always tell something was off. He could tell I wasn't looking at him the same.
Isn't that good, though? You can go back, make up for lost time.
Funerals are final, Athena.
Not for you. You'll be back here another day.
I won't.
Sorry. A different you.
There are no more. I'm the last Doctor.
What?
Nothing goes on forever. Not even me. And that's okay. Nothing's meant to go on forever.
I don't understand. Wait. Where are we going now?
I'm not sure. I was following you.
But you are in front.
Oh, right.
How do you know you are the last one?
A Time Lord only gets so many regenerations. I've had a lot more than I should have for a multitude of reasons. But I'm at the end now. I can feel it.
Can you get more?
I do. I usually feel like I can. Say to myself, I'll find a way. This time...
What? Doctor?
Come on. If I'm serious too long, I'm sure I'll start to wear a leather jacket. I've got more people to check on.
More funerals?
No, but it occurs to me I usually check on some other old friends as well during this time.
Poor sod.
You could tell him you know.
Yeah, I doubt he'd retain it. It's sort of a self-cleaning thing the timeline does when we meet a future self. You should know this by now. And you, dear listeners, definitely know this bit. It's a very handy plot device for why we don't remember how we get out of all these scrapes in the future.
You might not be his future self, just a future.
If I wasn't his future, I wouldn't be here. I'd be on some other channel. Again.
Okay, what if I tell what's-her-face then?
Athena.
Athena, yeah, and she told that one.
Best to leave him be. He'll learn soon enough we don't get to rest. If I remember correctly, it was quite the day.
Let's get moving.
Who are we seeing?
Who aren't we seeing? I like to check up on my friends. All those who have travelled with me. All of me. Just pop by and see how they're doing.
That's a lot of people. Page one of... How many?
I'm old. I've met so many wonderful people.
And the me.
Amazing Athena. I'd never sell you short.
Good. I couldn't imagine leaving this. I mean, I may have to, but that's royal stuff. Do you always travel with royalty?
All sorts, really. Different species, different time periods. Rich, poor, young, old, northern. They've all come aboard my TARDIS.
Why do you think they leave?
I don't pay them enough.
Doctor, I'm serious.
You know our travels. Sometimes it can be dangerous. On good days, people find their purpose, settle down, and start a new life. On bad days, this life takes them. I won't lie to you, I've lost people. I used to get involved with wars a lot more. Made people soldiers when they didn't need to be.
Is that what happened to Alistair? Back home, there was a ritual for honouring those who died in battle. A sort of a knighthood. I could give him one.
Alistair died peacefully in old age, the least he deserved. Though knighthood sounds like a good idea.
There is one for soldiers like that. It's called the Final Victory. It would be an honour to knight him. You know, you said you normally go around and visit your friends around this time.
Yeah?
And this is your last phase.
I sense you have a cunning plan.
Well, the TARDIS is more than big enough. Why don't we hold a massive celebration here, in honour of your last phase and all those who you travelled with?
A wonderful idea. The old girl would love to see them all again. Best thing about a time machine, there's never a bad time for a party.
Do you think your friends will like me? The latest one?
Athena, you are far more than the latest one. It's like a home.
Pardon?
Friends. Each is unique, but no less important than the other. I will never forget anyone I travel with.